My name is Dan Hyatt. I'm the president and owner of LaMode Cleaners. I've been in the dry cleaning business for 19 years. Prior to that, I was in the accounting field, and I wanted to own my own business. And I started looking around for a local business that I could learn, that had good profit potential, that I could make a living from, and hopefully grow the business. I ended up purchasing a dry cleaners near 61st and Sheridan called Park Plaza Cleaners, and I ran that and grew it over the years up until 2012. In 2012, I merged my company with the owner of LaMode Cleaners. We ran our companies together for a couple of years, and then 2 years ago, I bought my partner out and took over LaMode as the sole owner. The knowledge of our people combined with our commitment to producing a good quality product up to the standards demanded by our customers makes LaMode Cleaners different than other cleaners in the Tulsa area. Another difference between LaMode Cleaners and other dry cleaners in the Tulsa area is that the owner, myself, is on site each and every day, making sure that the standards that I have are being lived up to in every product that we put out, so that our customers can demand and expect quality dry cleaning that I will stand behind. LaMode Cleaners is a full-service dry cleaners, taking care of your dry cleaning needs, your laundered shirt needs, your fur needs, your leather cleaning needs, your home needs, including sheets, comforters, blankets, draperies. We also provide a pickup and delivery service at your home that is really convenient at no charge. I love the challenge that each and every piece of clothing presents. When it comes into our plant, that we're going to take care of your clothing needs the way that you expect, so that when you receive it back, it's not only just your expectations being met, but your expectations are exceeded. That's the challenge that we want to rise to and we seek to do every day. If you're unsatisfied with your current dry cleaners, I would love the opportunity to win your business. Come on into one of our 9 convenient locations within the Tulsa area, or give us a call at 918-622-5255, or check us out on the web at lamodecleaners.com.
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. It's Business School Without the BS, featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur, Dr. Robert Zellner, with USSBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the conversation. It is the Thrivetime Show on your radio. We're talking all about Lenny Kravitz and his path to success. Dr. Z, do you love some Lenny Kravitz?
I do, man. I dig his music. I really do. It's really good. I just, it's still kind of iconically classic. I mean, I catch myself sometimes listening to some of his, he came out in the 80s, It's his first album. And so, of course, I found out today, he's just a few months older than me. We're the same age and kind of, When you said he graduated high school in 82, so did I.
82, yeah.
When you said he put out his first album in 85, I did not. When he married Lisa Bonet in Las Vegas, I wasn't there.
Think about this.
But our lives are very similar.
1989 is when he finally got his album, Let Love Rule, released by Virgin Records. Now, I want to ask you, when did you finally make your mark as an optometrist / entrepreneur? When did you finally get your own business? What year was that?
91.
Oh.
I graduated in 90.
Can I point out something?
He got his album out before I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I think the thing is, Z, is that we're not saying that he's better than you. In fact, we're saying that the really great things take time. They take time.
Well, I could have.
You were marinated. You could have beat him.
I could have shortcutted. I could have skipped college, undergraduate, and just gone out and started doing free eye exams. that would have been the same equivalent, right? If I'm 82, I get out of high school, and I just go into an office and I just said, "Listen, I'm going to work for free."
Yeah.
And I just go in and start doing eye exams.
Yes.
For nothing. Now, there's a little bit of a difference in playing in a dive bar for free and then going in and doing medical care for free if you don't have the license to do it. So I kind of had to get the license.
Now, here's the deal with Lenny, okay, his big break. I want to ask you how you got your big break, Z, because there's a lot of optometrists out there competing for the business, and you had to find a way to stand out in the marketplace, okay? So Lenny is a great musician. Now, he got connected by Henry Hirsch into the mainstream. He gets the record deal with Virgin Records now, okay? But his music is struggling to get on the radio. It's struggling to get the airplay that he wants it to have. And so he decides he's going to start writing music for other people. And he writes a song for Madonna, a song called Justify My Love, which, by the way, is the most weird, crazy song ever. Don't watch it on YouTube. Weird. But that song got played on the radio all the time, Justify My Love, and they said, this song was written by Lenny Kravitz. They're going, Lenny who? And then people made their way back to his album, and then bam, his album
When did he change his name back to his real name?
I have failed the Thrive Nation. Right? I cannot tell you what year that was. I just know that the whole concept of going by that early stage name, it took him about 4 years, they said, Romeo Blue, before that wore off. So 1989, though, he's finally getting some radio play, and that's really when his success began to happen. I want to ask you, Z, 1991, you start your optometry clinic. When did you nail down your no-brainer, your advertisement, your marketing? When did you finally get it to where you're like, man, I'm able to fish with a net, baby. I'm able to get the people in the door at Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
It was probably 92, definitely by 93.
92?
Yeah. And we were rocking by 94. And then 95, I went to go be the president of iMart. And then June of 96, I came back. And then January of 97 then I had a whole rebranding, a whole new thing that I did. So I would say it was pretty early. I was bound and determined to set myself apart, and I knew the only way I was going to do that was to get the word out. And so I took a very aggressive stance. I took 10% of my gross income.
10%?
10%. So if you paid me $10 for something, I took $1 off of that, and I put it in an advertising fund.
Time out. So if a business owner is listening right now and they're doing $1 million of revenue, you were taking the equivalent of $100,000 a year and spending it on advertisement?
Correct. Which is extremely high, extremely aggressive.
At the time?
But I was delaying my gratification. I didn't have a big house. I'm living in a townhouse. I didn't have a big fancy car. I was driving an old beater. I didn't have all the.
So you were living below your means.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, but this is a big thing, though. I think a lot of people are reluctant to advertise. There's somebody listening to the show.
They don't do it because they can't afford to do it.
No, there's somebody. I'm not arguing with you. I'm arguing on behalf of the person listening to the show who's saying this. That's what they're saying. They're saying, Z, you don't understand my situation. I can't afford to advertise because I still want to keep the cable TV. I still want to keep my kids need to go to the private school. I still need to have the second car, the third car. You don't understand. It's harder for me to delay gratification than for you because I have a unique situation.
Oh, and I delayed it all through college, and I've delayed it all my life, and now I'm tired of delaying it, and I want to take that money and go blow it on a new car. I had a young entrepreneur, young business a guy started up his business and came to me and said, listen, I want to be the Dr. Z of my industry. I'm like, okay, here's the plan. Let's advertise. We're going to do this and all that.
Step number one.
And I'd meet with him on occasion, and then finally meet with him less and less. And finally I met back and I go, how's that advertising coming along? He goes,
how's it going?
I did that for about a month. That thing didn't work.
Uh-oh. Now talk to me about the one. Now this is the thing. If you're new to advertising, make sure you hear what we're saying and that you look at it. We don't make a commission if you buy ads on this station or a different station. But, Z, you've been buying ads consistently for years. I mean, for 26 years.
25 years, yeah.
So talk to me for the person the mindset who says, I have been running ads for a month, and I'm just not getting the return on investment on the first month that I need. Walk me through that mindset. How do you navigate that?
Well, in all fairness, if you don't do all the super moves that we teach in our Thrive umbrellas, in other words, there's multiple ways to learn it from us, but if you don't use all the super moves in your advertising, you could spend 50% of your gross income and not move the needle. In other words, if you're not saying the right things, if you don't have the right things in your ad, it doesn't matter how many times people hear it. It's not going to move the needle.
Can I give you an example of a needle-moving concept?
Would you please give me an example?
There's 2 no-brainers. Why is it? There's 3 no-brainers today. We'll go around the horn and we can share the no-brainers, okay? So a no-brainer is when the reward you're giving your potential customer is greater than the risk of reaching out to you. So it's score b-ball, score basketball. Coach Calvert, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing really good.
Coach just slipped in the box at Roggs. He's slippery. He's in the
Coach, I want to ask you this. What's the no-brainer that you're offering to the good folks of Tulsa, Oklahoma at score b-ball thrivetime.com.
We'll let kids come in and try out a free class for a week.
For a week.
Yeah, as many times as they want.
And how could you possibly afford to be in business with doing a deal where you're not making any money the first time they come in, the first week?
Actually, it works really well. Like, for instance, we had 15 people come in last week, and we signed up 12 people.
So 12 or 15.
And so we feel like even if we can get, half the people to sign up, we're doing great.
But what if someone would take advantage of you and not actually pay you?
They will, and a lot of times we can tell they're going to be that way anyway. But we care about their kids, and we'll train them the same way.
Now, Paul Hood, hoodcpas.com, you have a very respectable accounting practice. You have a location in Bartlesville, one in Claremore, one in Tulsa. Literally thousands of clients. And yet you continue to offer a no-brainer. Can you explain to the good folks of Tulsa, what's your no-brainer, and why should everybody listening to the show today take you up on this offer?
Well, we found, and I don't care what business you're in, what your product you're selling, people are a little afraid to try new things. And so we take all those inhibiting factors off and offer an hour for free. Just come and talk. Just go to our website, hoodcpas.com, fill out the form, and we'll just sit down and talk. Then there's nothing to lose. It's free.
Nothing to lose. It's free. They got to go to hoodcpas.com. And they schedule a free consultation with you. How long does that take? Does it take several hours, several weeks?
And, it depends on what they want, but typically an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And then we're just getting to know each other and what direction you're wanting to go, and how defined are your goals, what are your experience with an accounting firm, how proactive are your investments, how proactive are your financials, and are you using those to steer your business, or is it just something you look at on the backside? I tell you what, Clay, the surprising thing is the number of people that come in, and they've been in business for years, and they have no financials. They don't do anything until the end of the year, and they just show up with a box of stuff.
And I would say because the majority of accountants out there are not very proactive, and that's why when people meet with you the first time, they always love the interaction. They love to. A lot of times they don't even know what a break-even point is, or what a pro forma is, or how to do it, or where to even get started with tax planning and retirement planning, that kind of thing. It's a powerful 1-hour consultation, and you're going to give them a free copy of Warren Buffett's book, The Snowball. It's a no-brainer. See, it's a no-brainer. Now, does you have a no-brainer you've been doing over there, Dr. Robert Zellner Associates?
I started off my first classic. This just puts a smile on my face. My first classic no-brainer that I did, and I ran with it, was a $99 deal where you could get a pair of clear contacts and a pair of colored contact lenses and the eye exam and all the follow-up and all that included, right? So $99.
$99 for the clear contacts.
So then I went from that to then I had a season of you could get a pair of glasses and a pair of contacts, or two of each for $99.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? For 25 years, this might shock you that things have gone up in cost.
What?
I know. It's
why
this whole standard of cost of living increase is just I don't know.
I thought when government printed money to make up for large deficits, it wouldn't impact the consumer at all.
It wouldn't, but it does.
Okay, sorry.
And so now my no-brainer is to keep it in the $99. I have now one pair of glasses and the eye exam, of course, all the follow-up care and all that, and the free frame warranty for $99. So I'm hanging on to my $99 deal now. 25 years later.
Are you going to go to 109? When are you going to lose your mind and go to 109? Are you doing it this week?
I can't do
102?
it. I can't do it.
101. The math. Look at the math, man. 103, 104. See, I'm just telling you, on behalf of your wallet, hey, when are you going to go to 105?
What are you going to do?
110.
And there's a certain percentage of people that come in off the street that want that deal, that's the deal that they want. I remember whenever we did our 20-year anniversary, and I did $20 eye exams. Oh, my goodness.
$20?
Wow. We were so busy. So busy.
That's hot.
We had to give out rain checks because we couldn't get everybody in that day in both the practices. But the thing about it is the no-brainer, you have to have a call to action. You have to have something that advertising, and that's what you're talking about. You call it no-brainer. I call it a call to action. You got to have something so incredible, like down at the Elephant in the Room, the men's grooming ultra lounge. You've got something working down there.
It's $1 for your first haircut experience.
I've got one even better.
$1. What's that?
May I? And that is your first month of Thrive 15. If you go to thrivetimeshow.com or thrive15.com.
Oh, come on now.
You can get our online. You get our online business school.
It's a new thing. It's under the line.
It's for $1.
$1 hair?
$1. And the word on the street is that if to go get a 4-year business degree from even, say, a local university here.
From the University of Phoenix.
I don't know what Phoenix is. I was going to go with TU or ORU.
TU. Okay,
now,
ORU.
What's going right at ORU?
ORU is going to get you for about $30,000 a year. Yeah. Yeah.
So $1.20 there.
But you feel good, and you get to meet friendships and have
and they
relationships.
encourage you to exercise and read your Bible. And those are good things.
Yeah, I mean, you'll meet people there like you'll never meet anywhere else, because when you're not on a college campus, you can't meet good people.
And TU is probably, how much is TU?
Well, TU, it's a steal of a deal. I think we had we had a TU student on the show.
Right. It was something
about
like
a year ago.
45?
Yeah,
40,
he said
45?
it was all in, getting close to upper 30s.
Yeah, okay.
But he was getting a good deal. I mean, think about that. I mean, if he graduates from TU and becomes a teacher, think about it. Each
$1.50,
year you make about $30,000 a year as a teacher.
Yeah.
And after taxes, you keep about 20. So he has a steal of a deal. I mean, it only take him like 12 years or so to pay off the student debt. I mean, he's getting a slamming.
He could live in your MPV if you still got it.
Why don't they put that on the TU website? They should say, here's our no-brainer.
I hear some sarcasm in your voice.
For $33,000 a year, we're going to get you in for 1 year. They should focus on the price. It's such a great offer over there at TUZ. It's a huge deal.
I think he's being a little facetious.
They could throw in, and they could throw in a free basketball lesson and a free meeting with Coach Calvert, and maybe a copy of the Snowball book. I mean, they should do all that for $33,000.
That is one of the things that drives me a little crazy. Is see kids going to college and running up all this debt, and then getting a degree where they have no chance,
like studying history.
No chance,
Humanities.
zero chance of paying back that money.
Well, I tell you what, if you are listening to the show today and you want to start a successful business, you have found the right place. It's Business School Without the BS. And yes, we're here to serve you, but we can't serve you if we don't get to know you. Go to thrivetimeshow.com and book your tickets for our next in-person workshop today. That's thrivetimeshow.com. My name is Clay Clark. I'm a business coach. Hello, Mom.
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. It's Business School Without the BS. Featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur, Dr. Robert Zellner, with USSBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Thrivetime Show on your radio. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former USSBA Entrepreneur of the Year, sent here to help you learn what you need to know to make that wallet grow. And today we're talking about the Lenny Kravitz story, his path to success. Now, this is a concept that I want to. This is kind of part of the Lenny Kravitz story that isn't super positive, but it ends well. Basically, he's making a lot of money. He's selling a lot of records. He's doing well now, but he's super not happy. And so he ends up realizing that all of the connection, all of the social events, all of the things he wanted, the money, the fame, the success, the magazine covers, that stuff wasn't what he thought it was. It wasn't. He wanted to have. I guess he thought it would be something else. And it was harder on his personal life, harder on his psyche than he thought it would be. And so I wouldn't say he goes crazy, but it kind of a deal where he had kind of that breakdown a little bit. And see, I think a lot of people aren't ready for the pressure that owning a successful business puts on your head.
Well, I tell you what, first time you have a bunch of money in the bank, I think success breeds more problems than failure. And what happens is that, when you start getting time freedom, then you kind of go, well, what am I going to do with my day to day? And then you have the money to do it. You're like, well, I think
Money is a magnifier.
I think I'll do this.
It allows you to do more of what you would do without the money.
But bingo.
So I want to ask you this. When you first started coming into some success, okay, so you first worked your way to success, whatever that means. The business maybe is a multi-million-dollar company now. It's not just barely surviving. Things are going well. When was the time where you thought, or what was an example of a time where you thought, I did not know it was going to be this stressful? Maybe something where you thought, oh man, this was, because you have a pretty high watermark, but I know it's because you have been through a lot. And so what's an example in the business where you thought, man, this was a lot worse than I thought it would be?
I don't know. I'm actually, when you were kind of going through that, I was knowing you were going to throw me a question, and as you were kind of dancing around there, I was kind of thinking, what were some times that it was like, and I did have a high watermark, and what I would do a lot with my life, Clay, is that as I started getting success in one business, what I would do is I'd go just all in on another one, and I would open up another one, and then I would have the stress of that and the thrill of that and the ongoings of that, and so then I became the vaudeville act that had the sticks with the plates on them, and it's the energy of you moving the stick around spinning it that keeps the plate on there. And so people would ask me all the time, they'd say, what do you do in a day? And I go, I just see which plate is wobbling the most, and I run to it.
I know.
And I go, what?
I know for me, the time where I thought this is worse than I thought it could ever be was I booked a show to DJ for the prom for Dassel Cokato High School, and it was on the Mississippi River. So we're DJing the prom on the Mississippi River, but yet we lived in Tulsa, okay? So my DJs were expected to be on the prom boat going down the Mississippi River from Minneapolis, but the day before, I booked another gig where we were doing an all-nighter event for Capel High School for their project graduation or something.
Okay.
So, again, there's like 40 DJs at this point, okay? But there's one guy who's supposed to DJ in Dallas, and then the next day, within 24 hours of that show in Dallas, we have another show that's supposed to happen in Minneapolis. And I didn't realize human nature yet, and I wasn't aware, and Vanessa told me probably, 4,000 times, but I didn't realize that 10% of our DJs every weekend are going to lie to me and bail out of their show. I hadn't accepted that yet.
Wow.
So if you book 10 DJs to be at the wedding, one would always call in sick with a fake illness.
Sure.
And I didn't realize that was going to be normal. I just thought it was anomalies. I had some bad people. And Vanessa says, honey, we really need to hire at least 2 DJs who do nothing. They're on call like Quick Trip does with their gas stations. So that way we're never in a bad spot because we don't want to miss somebody's wedding. And I thought,
yeah, that's a no good thing.
I thought, we've got some good guys. Good guys. Well, one guy who was a good guy, he says, hey, here's the deal. I got to be honest with you. I have overcommitted, and I cannot do the all-night event in Capel, Texas. I can't do it. I wanted to do it. I know I said I would do it. I just wanted to man up and tell you I cannot do the event tomorrow. So I cannot. Well, I thought, you know what? I'm the backup. I'll go do it. I'm the owner of this business. I'll go knock that
You could have called me probably because I lived in Capel for that year I was down in Dallas.
Well, let me tell you about an all-night, how that works. You literally DJ all night. That's why it's an all-nighter,
Interesting.
So the kids start like at 10 o'clock, and the theory is they'll be better behaved if they're at the school all night. So I'm DJing until about 6 a.m. and things are going good because I'm rocking the party. They're all dancing till like 5 a.m. It's kind of that weird thing where people are so sleep deprived. Some are crying, some are laughing, and you're really funny or it's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Any slightly funny joke, they're like, oh my gosh, this guy's hilarious. And then you say something that's not funny, they're like, boo! Just polarity everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm going, man, I've rocked this. I feel good. I remember just everyone, I finished DJing the last song, everyone gives me a big old ovation. They're cheering, woo! Then I get my phone call, my singular cell phone back in the day with the minimum minutes. You have a ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. And I'm going, whose phone call is this? I'll get the phone. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, Clay, this is such and such. I was supposed to DJ tonight in Minneapolis. And I'm just not feeling very good. And I'm like, I said, hey, listen, I just finished an all-nighter
as a backup.
Dallas as a backup. I really need you to do this. I tried to appeal to his higher motives, to his morality, to having a soul. I remember being like, is your soul there?
Do you care about humans?
No, there's this date. And it's something about a date and a girl he knows, and it's a one-time opportunity to go on a date, and he's been working on it for a long time, and he just can't do it, and he's sorry. And so I now have to drive to Minneapolis, but I haven't slept already for like 24 hours. More than 24. I've been slept like 30 hours. I'm already exhausted.
Fly a plane? You didn't.
So I drove from Dallas, which is 4 miles south
of Tulsa,
to Minneapolis with Andy Matherin, who you now know. I call Andy. Andy, can you do the show with me? He says, dude, I'll wrap up my show Friday night. We'll ride together. So we drive up to Minneapolis. It's like just a bunch of sleep-deprived idiots. And we DJ. We literally pulled into the dock on the Mississippi River to board this huge paddle boat with like 30 minutes before they're leaving. The event planner's just super
going crazy.
irate.
Crazy.
Yeah, I can't reach her because she didn't have a cell phone on. She goes, where are you? Where were you? We've been waiting on you guys for hours. We're supposed to leave in just a minute. Thankfully, you're here on time. We can deal with it later. And I didn't even want to say, like, lady, I've been through a personal purgatory here, So I DJ'd that prom on the boat going down the Mississippi River. So it was 2 sleepless nights. I get back to my parents' house in Minnesota. I'm like a 25-year-old man at this point, 24-year-old man. I just collapsed, fell asleep, And then, Z, the next weekend, a very similar situation happened because I hadn't embraced the idea that people were going to bail out. I built the company too big and without having backups. And so the next probably 4 or 5 weekends in a row were just hell. And Vanessa was like, that's why we have to have backups. And so, Z, I learned my lesson. Started training backup DJs.
You started listening to Vanessa finally?
Yeah, every time my wife tells me something, she's always right. You like to wait about a year or two to accept it.
Just let it soak in.
Yeah, I like to be beaten with the dumb stick first.
Oh, well, it's so fun.
All right. Now, Thrive Nation, if you are looking for the specific knowledge you're not going to get in business college, you got to book your tickets for our next in-person Thrivetime workshop. When we come back, more about your path to success. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Thrivetime Show, a show for the enemies of average.
You know, people are not born with big thighs. You know, you're born a fabby little lazy baby. You know, it takes work to look like this.
People are not born with big thighs. That is the notable quotable.
That is a notable quotable.
Thank you, Saturday
Hans
Night Live.
and Franz. I mean, that's just
had
great
to pump
lines.
you up.
God, so many great lines from that show. Remember as a kid, that was like a must-see TV.
It was.
I mean, if you showed up on Monday morning and you couldn't at least remember the skits, I mean, acting them out was obviously the next
baby.
level. But if you couldn't at least even have a conversation about what they were and how funny they were and what they meant to you,
You are a loser.
I mean, you were ostracized. You were in timeout.
That was kind of they're ostracized.
Thank
the way
you.
you kind of
Thank
wove
you.
that, and that was very impressive.
Well, thank you. I
Very
appreciate it.
impressive.
I've been working
Wow.
all day on that one. So.
Now we're talking today about the unlikely success story of Lenny Kravitz, how he became a Grammy award-winning artist. Well, here's what happens. He gets to the peak of his fame, of his career, and he realizes, I'm not happy. So he moves to the beach in the Bahamas in an Airstream trailer parked on the edge of the water, and there he just sorts it out for about a year.
So he basically was living in a van.
Again, he went back. He used to live in a car. Now he wants to live in a jet stream. I have
Upgrade.
a picture of it, Z, right here on the screen. You can see it. That's his jet
that's
stream.
sexy.
And
Yeah.
he went on Oprah and he explained to Oprah that is where he seeks today solace. That's like where he seeks peace. He goes there often to record, to write, to compose, to think. Z, I want to get your take on this, and then I want to hear a story from Coach as well as from Paul. Where do you go to retreat mentally after you've just been screwed? I mean, when you just get, come on, because this happens to you, probably, honestly, is it like once a month that you just get totally taken advantage of? Or is it once every 2 months? Is it every day? How often are you just getting hosed?
I'll tell you what. Every now and then you get dealt a bad hand.
Tell us, Z.
Every now and then you got to go to your jet stream trailer.
The jet stream.
Take out a bat
You got to get out of bed.
and beat something up.
You got to beat it.
Sometimes it's a dude.
You got to beat it, dude.
No. Did I say that out loud?
Z,
No, I had my man cave, of course.
the man cave.
Everybody has their version of their man cave.
And what are you
it's
doing in
a
the man cave?
Some it's a physical cave.
Describe the decor, the pageantry, the festival of lights. What does it look like? And what are you doing there?
There is actually some Christmas lights up in the man cave. I took out one wall of the house and I put a aquarium up. It's in the house, but I took out the wall and put a big window there, so now it looks like you can see it right there from the
So
man
you can
cave.
see the fishes.
I've got the fireplace. I've got the cooling elements for the summer. I have the warming elements in the winter. The screen which goes up and down,
Keeps the bugs
so it
out.
keeps the bugs out.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's majestic.
So then I can burn my wood, my TV in the corner, my big comfy chair.
And you have lights that sync to the game.
Sync to the
LED lights. You have the LED lights.
Oh
that
yeah, Bo.
sync.
Yeah, Bo has all that kind of squirrely stuff around there. Yeah,
And you don't know how they work. You can't find the remote. But the point is, it's majestic.
It's
you're
majestic.
You're in that room.
it's
Flat screen TV, fireplace.
yeah. And so we all have. I think we all have our mental or our place. It may not be an actual cave, but we have for men and for women too. You have the place where you go. Just
Why are you in the bathroom?
Why, yeah,
Get out of there.
Yeah, for some people, it's taking a hot tub, getting in a hot tub or a hot bath and bubbling up and lighting a candle and getting a glass of wine and going, I had a tough day.
No, but how often do you get screwed now? How often? I mean, if you had to say,
Oh, gosh.
is it every 30 days where you're like, man, is this a Bob Vila show here? Get out the screw gun.
I mean, I would say it's, when you have multiple businesses and then multiple transactions going on, there's more opportunity for someone to try to get to you.
You answer the question.
I'd say it happens probably. If it's not monthly, I mean, a major one, then it's probably every week. A minor one, you know. I mean,
so give me an example of one that's far enough in the past where you can go, ha, 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 but it still hurts.
Well, it actually was the summer of my high water mark. I remember it was the first time I got sued.
Oh, yeah.
And it was, it was dismissed. This was 22 years ago, probably.
So it was the summer of 69.
Yeah. So my middle child had fallen and broken his leg. He was in a body cast. He was actually in traction in the hospital for a month.
Wow.
My wife was 8 months pregnant. She was in the hospital on another floor with a kidney stone. I'm probably breaking some HIPAA violations here, but that's okay.
No, it's fine. That's fine. No, this is good.
Yeah.
So one kid's in the hospital. Wife's got the kidney stone. What are you doing? Are you out there getting burritos?
I'm working. I don't have any doctors. It's just me. I'm still early enough that it's just me. I've got my staff now probably up to about 5 or 6, and we're seeing a lot of patients, and we're very busy because I've been advertising, and we've been providing great service. And then my daughter, who was, I believe, 3 or 4 at the time, was mad because she wasn't. She was like, hey, what about me?
What about me?
What about me? And so I would go, as soon as I got out of work, I would go to the hospital to visit basically my family. And then I would spend the night with my son. He didn't want me to leave. So in the morning when I had to leave to go work, it was just heart-wrenching, And that was a
what we're gonna do to help kind of empathize.
A stream. I need one of those stream. What is it? Live stream.
Oh, that right there is Lenny Kravitz Airstream.
Airstream. I need an Airstream in the Bahamas, parked on the ocean, that I could just have gone to for about a year after that. I was like,
it's because we're men. Yeah. And what men do to help other men to empathize is we one up other men. We have a story that's better. That's worse, more than you could possibly relate to. So rather than trying to listen to what you just said, we go, you know what? And then we give you a worse story. So, Paul, do you have a story that's worse that you want to one up Dr. Z?
I don't know if it's worse because I'm just still trying to make sure I don't tie together his godfather or take a bat and hit people and his whole family being in the hospital. Make sure that's just a coincidence. I need to step.
Coincidence.
I'm going to make sure I'm not
stress relief. You got to just swing that bat. It's stress relief.
Just stress relief.
I didn't see that guy standing there, so sorry.
Now I guess the story I would have of being taken advantage of is I like Zig Ziglar and I grew my business, and Zig says if you base your success on the success of other people, you help enough other people get what they want out of life, you get what you want out of life. And so my business I was just really rocking and rolling and cranking, but I was still doing everything. So I go out and I hire a CPA. He's older than me, more experience. And by the way, I paid him more than what I'm making.
So you hired a CPA?
Yes.
And you're paying him more than you're paying yourself?
Yes. Okay. With the intent of building a business around him and all that. Well, obviously, I took a big cut in pay because now I've got this extra expense. So I decide, hey, I'm going to go out and buy another practice, and I'll bring this guy in, and he can help run it with me. And everything was great, and we got down. I actually got a contract, hadn't signed it, got a contract, and then I get a call. And he says, oh, by the way, me and the seller have been talking on the side, and we decided I'm going to buy it. And so not only did I lose that deal, I lost the guy I was going to invest money in, and I'm back still working 7 days a week.
That doesn't seem very ethical, Clay.
Paul, I can tell you this. As a man, that sounds awful to hear what you're going through. So we have really no other option here as men than to one up you. So, Coach, what's something worse? Give us some worst case scenario that was far worse than what Paul Hood could possibly relate to over there in his perfect world where nothing bad happens. I mean, what's something worse that's happened to you, Coach?
In 2002, and this sounds really sad, but I've been blessed tremendously.
That does sound sad.
In 2002, my son passed away. My wife divorced me, and I started living in just a bus. At the same time...
In a bus?
Yeah, in a bus. At the same time, a close friend of mine stole $47,000 from me. And I was helping him.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm just emotionally and mentally... See, I'm trying to sort this out emotionally and mentally.
This all happened in about a 3-month period.
Can we stop playing this game? It's got me a little sad now.
Is there any Kleenexes?
Here's the deal.
The good thing is I'm doing great.
While he was talking like a real man... I've been trying to one-up him mentally.
Yeah.
And I can't. So when we come back, I want to hear more of this horrible, tragic, not good, very awful, rotten story, Z. I'm excited about it.
Sometimes I think you're not quite right in the head.
All right, stay tuned. It's a Thrivetime show on your radio. We're going to take you to the bottom, and we're going to end on the top. Stay tuned.
Get ready to enter the Thrivetime show on Talk Radio 1170.
Z, everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to be successful.
Isn't that part of the formula, though, Clay? Is that we want to be rich, but he says in the song, don't ask me why, but isn't the why a big part of the process?
Can I read the lyrics to you? Can I read the lyrics of the song to you? Because you're getting deep.
I am.
And that song is the opposite of deep. There's never been a song that I enjoy singing along to more that I disagree with more than this song.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, read the lyrics.
I'm going to read the lyrics.
Okay,
He says,
let's hear it.
Imagine, whoa, oh, oh. Bill collectors, they ring my phone. They bother me when I'm not at home because you're not paying your bills. Ain't got no time to be fooling around. Feet hit the floor when I get on down. You see, I want money, lots and lots of money. I want the pie in the sky, and I want lots and lots of money. So don't be asking me why. I want to be rich. Oh, I want to be rich. Oh, I want to be rich. Oh, I want to be rich for a little love, peace, and happiness. I want my cake. I want to eat it too. I want to spend my money on lottery. My favorite number is 1, 2, 3. Because you see, I want money. Oh, lots and lots of money. I want the pie in the sky. And we continue. So the point is, he's invested in lottery tickets. That's his plan.
That is an... Yes, I just thought it was kids like, I want
money. Lots. And he's like, favorite number is 1, 2, 3. I mean, Z, the whole lottery thing is maybe not an... Paul Hood, would you recommend that as an investment strategy as a CPA?
I absolutely would not.
Oh.
You got to be prudent and diversify. And if you're just invested in, I guess if you invested in multi-state lotteries.
Multi-state.
Yeah, then maybe you could call that diversification. Sure. I got a question: is in today's world, millennials and give me. You think that song would be popular? Is it okay for a millennial to want money when they want?
Oh, it's coming back too. And millennials also like songs that are not popular anymore. They like the songs that are kind of handmade, hand woven, kind of thrift store,
kind of hipsterish.
Yeah. Now, Coach, before Z tried to take us out of the bottom and back up to the top, we ended the last segment at the bottom. Can you reset? Because we were talking about these horrible things that have happened to us. We're basically lamenting about the worst things that have happened, and then you're like, oh, I'm sitting on the magic story over here. And then you just came in with 1, 2, 3.
Bam.
Can you reset the stuff? And all sincerity, you're going through a lot there. Can you reset what you were going through?
Well, first off, I'm doing tremendous now. So we've overcome a lot. In 2000, my son had muscular dystrophy. And so while I was building my business from 95, that's what we were struggling with, was just him. In 2002, he finally passed away. And at the time, my wife wasn't doing well, and she decided to let me go. And then I had a friend who was a pastor of a church and owned a business, and he took advantage and stole a ton of money from me.
Your friend was a pastor, and he decided to help you.
Yes.
And he stole your money?
Yes.
How much money did he take?
$47,000.
Were you just keeping that like underneath the basketballs, like all the cash right there? You just put the basketballs on the cash? Or how did he get all the money?
Investments and different things. I was trying to help some people and some things like that. It's quite a convoluted story. It's very boring.
Well, Coach. All right. So here's the deal. So you're just getting hit with the stick of life. Just
At the same time, my back was going bad because I've had
why not?
8 back surgeries.
Well, why not? So your back goes out.
So I had 4 ruptured.
You're
discs.
divorced. Your son passed away. You've had money stolen from you. I think you might have hit the bottom. Did somebody then just come by and eat your ice cream too? Or what happened?
No, actually, I remember same time my dog got lost and died. And I'm right.
Are you being serious?
Come on, now. I see a Lifetime movie coming out of this.
I remember.
Rover.
No, I remember thinking, Lord, I understand the money and I understand but not my dog.
You wrote Job 2.0 and God said, it's okay. We can add to the Bible.
Yeah.
We can do. Oh my gosh. Dr. Z, have you ever watched Dane Cook's comedy? Have you ever watched Dane Cook, the comedian?
No, I haven't.
One of the things he talks about is he says, people always say that polarizing events are memorable. Like if you have a really good slogan, people remember it. If you have kind of a funny catch line, a funny catchphrase, and he said, I've always wanted to be memorable. And so I've as a comedian, I've worked hard to have memorable routines, and they're not as memorable as I want them to be. People leave, and I'll say, what was my show about? And they can't even remember one line.
Oh, man.
He's like, so recently what I've been doing is I've been finding young kids, usually 3 to 5 years old, when they're old enough to remember things. And I watch them, they're eating their ice cream, and I walk up to them and I take the ice cream away, and I'll say, you will never forget this day. And I yell my name at them over and over, and I eat it in front of them. And they're like, well, that's one way to.
Yeah, that's very memorable.
But I think sometimes we learn through these bad things. We do, though. That's memorable. And you learn and you say, is this going to become bitterness or betterness? So, Z, for somebody listening to the show who goes, you know what? After hearing the stories that you guys have shared and the adversity of Lenny Kravitz, I really don't have anything to complain about. Or maybe they say, you know what? I'm going through what you went through. How do you go from bitterness to betterness?
Everybody has their high water mark. I remember once I was a friend of mine, his daughter had lost, she was 4 or 5, and she lost her Barbie doll or whatever it was, her thing, her doll.
Yeah.
And she was just, I mean, the world had ended for her. And for me to sit there and say, you don't understand, my son broke his leg, it was in a body cast. That's much worse than losing a doll.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't have that concept. So everybody has their high water mark. Everybody has a thing that has affected them, you know?
I have a Tom Clark, my dad who passed away about a year ago. This is a Tom Clark story for you.
TC.
I played baseball, and I used to kind of crowd the plate. I was left-handed. I was very, very good until I started losing the vision of my right eye. I've got a bad astigmatism now where I just can't see very well. But I was very, very good. I was always batting number 3 or 4 in the lineup, and I would hit home runs often because I was a big kid. I'm like 6'1", as like a 6th grader. You know, I haven't grown anything since that time. So I'm crowding the plate, and I would just hit home runs quite often. So I'm crowding the plate, and the opposing pitchers would throw at me all the time. You know, they'd hit you. This is still when you could hit a kid with a baseball and you wouldn't go to jail or be accused of something, you know.
Yeah.
So I crowd the plate, and the guy just hits me in the arm. And my dad was always, at the game, and I'm like, he kind of looks at me, he says something to me in between innings, and it's basically like, suck it up, quit crying, quit being a wuss. But basically it was the motivational tips. Suck it up, quit crying,
Rub some
quit
dirt
being a
on
wuss. So I get up there again, and I get hit again by, the same guy who gets tossed out of the game, but it's a deal where, like, he hit me again because I'm crowding the plate. So I get in the car, and I'm like, my dad says, well, how was the game or something? My mom said, how was the game? And I remember saying, well, I'm like super sore. I just got beaned twice. And I'm talking about it, and my dad's like, come here. So we pull over to Quick Trip to get some gas, and he just punches me in the leg, like harder than like Charlie horse. And I'm like, ow, what was that? And he's like, you probably won't remember the shoulder thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what was the deal? And he just thought that was awesome.
Displaced pain.
So henceforth, like, I was like, I am never going to mention any injuries to my dad again, because he was like everything in sports. And that was his dad's philosophy. You play basketball, if you're hurt, you just got to move on. You can't lament about things. And see, there's somebody listening to the show today who needs to hear this. How do you get over things?
Well, and that's what I was getting at. And so everybody has their high watermark. Everybody has, and I remember as things would occur in later years after that, and people would go, "How are you handling that so calm? How are you being so calm about that? This is a horrible thing that's going on right this second, And I go, listen, that's way below my high watermark. I mean, I couldn't imagine, Coach, burying a child. I think that's probably one of the worst things in the world for someone to have to do. Grandparents, parents, that's natural, normal, sometimes sooner than you'd like, but still it's. So anyway, you look at some people's lives and you go, wow, how did you come through that? But you know what? We've all come through it. We've all done it. We've all had the worst thing that's happened to you. And you know what? You're still here. You're still listening to the show.
Now, Hood CPAs, Mr. Paul, you had something you wanted to chime in with.
Yeah, what I want to chime in about is, okay, who would you – I tell you what, I love and respect Coach Calvert, especially after his story. Who would you rather have coaching your kids? A guy who's come through all this stuff of life and has a positive attitude and is still serving. Clay, I'm thinking about going and having a reversal of my vasectomy, just have a child so I can put him in his class.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, Z's an optometrist.
Or you could adopt me and I could go take the lessons from him, so there you go.
Now, Thrive Nation, we have 4 ways that we can help you today, but we can't help you if you don't start the journey by going to thrivetimeshow.com. Someone's saying, what's that website? Thrivetimeshow.com. When you go up there, you're going to find 4 tools. 1, we have the world's best business podcast. You can subscribe for free. 2, we have one-on-one business coaching. You can schedule your consultation. 3, we have the world's best and most affordable business school. It's just $1 for the first month and $19 every month thereafter. And finally, we have the world's best in-person business workshops. Z, why are these workshops so fun for people? Why do they love it? The next one's in December, but why do people love the workshops so much, my man?
Because there's 2 key elements, 2 things that people get from it. They get to laugh and they get to learn.
Oh, come on now.
And those are 2 powerful things. I mean, we all love laughing and we all love learning.
Laugh, learn. Z, are we throwing in free perms?
laugh, learn, and free perm. Maybe the elephant in the room. I love it.
Nice. All right. If you're listening to the Thrivetime show today, you are a great American, and we thank you for listening.
Clay, my honor to be on your show. And thank you for all you do. I hear the ripple effects from you are good ripple effects. You know what I mean? People rave about what they learned from you. So congratulations.
Sean, guess what's happening? April 9th and 10th, 2026.
We are probably going to have an amazing business conference here at Tulsa, Jerusalem.
Yes, we're joined by Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is going to be joining us right here at the Thrivetime Show World Headquarters, June 5th and 6th. He's a very successful football player, obviously a Heisman Award winner, but he's also a very successful entrepreneur. Now, when you work with real clients, Sean, clients you really work with to help them grow their companies, do you ever hear a business owner tell you that they didn't have time to get something done?
Every day.
How often is not having enough time a problem for business owners?
All the time. It's like maybe 90% of the issues as people are trying to grow their company.
Well, Tim Tebow is going to come join us here at the in-person Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, and he's going to teach us time management and his approach to personal self-discipline and getting things done. Also at the workshop, I'll put it up on the website so people can see it here. Also at the 2-day interactive workshop, Sean, we are going to be, there it is. We're going to be teaching accounting, systems creation, marketing, human resources, how to hire, inspire, train, and retain great people, accounting, social media advertising, search engine optimization. Sean, what's the area where most clients ask you for help the most? Is it generating leads? Is it hiring people? What's the biggest issue that most business owners have by default before they come to one of our workshops?
Well, I think it's management, because time is the most valuable resource for these business owners, and being able to manage their time is the first thing. Once they get that under control, then generally the numbers, being able to track their business and be able to make the best decisions based on numbers rather than emotions is a big area. And we teach all of this stuff at the business conference, particularly you, Clay. You love to hammer on time management. It's my favorite part of the conference.
Now, I'm going to pull this up real quick here because we're going to go through. If you're not excited, I want to get you excited about what we're going to cover at the workshop here. Okay.
All right.
The 2-day interactive workshop. This is my 20th year hosting workshops. So I'm telling you, folks, we're in rare form here. So one is the idea of establishing your revenue goals. I think most entrepreneurs don't know their revenue goals. Would you agree, or am I off my rocker?
No, that's totally a very important point we do with every one of our new clients that come on board, is we have to establish the revenue goals. And generally speaking, we have a vague idea, but not an exact idea that can be engineered down into like the daily goals for sales. And so that's a really big one.
Now, next is the break-even numbers. What kind of sales do you have to do to even break even?
Yeah.
Third is, how many hours per week do you want to work? What is your ideal schedule as an entrepreneur? Box number 4, how do you stand out in the clutter of commerce? What makes your company unique from all the different businesses? In a world of brown cows, herds of brown cows, proverbial brown cows, the analogy of brown cows, how can you be the purple cow that stands out? How can you be the squeaky wheel that gets the oil? Box number 5, branding. How do you improve the perception that people have of you, your business, your brand? Box number 6, marketing, your 3-legged marketing stool. What is a turnkey way for you and your company to generate leads so you can succeed? Because if you don't have any leads, your business will bleed. If you can't sell, your business will go to hell. You've got to generate leads. Sean, how often do business owners by default tell you they have a hard time generating leads?
It's almost all of the time. It's really a huge struggle. And many times they may be creating leads, but just through word of mouth. So they get to a point where we've implemented systems, and then they need to create more leads, but they've never had to do it. So there's a lot of different scenarios where business owners are like, how do you create leads? Something we hammer on at the conference a lot.
Box number 7, create a sales conversion system. Again, box number 7, create a sales conversion system. Sales scripts, recorded calls, one-sheets, pre-written emails, lead trackers, all of the sales tools, the sales print pieces, the one-sheets, the big screens that you see inside the business. Whether you're a doctor, you're a dentist, you're a lawyer, you got to have sales systems in place. We help you with that. Box number 8, what does it cost you to get another customer? Step number 8, what does it cost you to actually acquire a customer? Step number 9, it's hard to build an organization if you're not organized. We're going to teach you how to create repeatable systems, processes, file organization. Box number 10, we're going to teach you how to manage people, real people on the planet Earth. This just in, we're going to teach you how to manage real people on the planet Earth. Box number 11, how to create a sustainable schedule that works for you and your family. Step number 12, how to create human resources systems for recruiting, hiring, training, and retaining great people. Box number 13, accounting. This just in, we have to cover accounting. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. We're going to cover all the accounting things you need to know. And step 14, finally, what is the point of even achieving success? We're going to go over what is the point of even achieving success, how to design a life that you're excited about, how to design a life where you carve out enough time for your faith, your family, your finance, your fitness, your friendship, your fun, and where you're going to spend your focused time. We're going to go through that, all this and more. Now, the workshop, Sean, it's April 9th and 10th. It's a 2-day interactive workshop.
Yes.
And tickets, we always do it. It's $250 or whatever price that someone can afford. Sean, why do we let people name their price? Why do we have scholarship tickets available if somebody can't afford the $250 general admission ticket?
Well, we don't want anybody to miss out on it. You know, you could be at a startup phase or you could be, way along in your business, but we want to make it accessible for everybody. I think it actually goes back to a story of your dad. And it goes all the way back to how you've always done this as a business coach, trying to make sure that, your average people out there have access to the things that work.
Now, 7 a.m. to 5, Sean, why do we go from 7 to 5 both days? I mean, it's 10 hours a day. 20 hours of training over 2 days. Why do we do 10 hours a day, Sean, of back-to-back workshops? We do a 30-minute teaching session. We do a 15-minute question and answer session, and then we take a break. 30 minutes of teaching, 15 minutes of question and answer, then we take a break. Why do we do that format, Sean?
That format is so that we can keep people engaged and not just sitting there listening, but also getting involved. We really encourage people to ask questions, and that's really where the juiciness of the conference comes out, is you can put your personal situation and your questions on the board, and Clay will tee off and give you direct advice. Even without being in our coaching program, you can get direct coaching from Clay. It's really a very engaging format. I enjoy it a lot.
Once again, folks, this event is April 9th and 10th, 2026. Get those tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Once again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. Whoa. Who's our keynote speaker coming to the conference there, Sean?
Tim Tebow is our keynote speaker.
Sean, question number 3, how much does it cost to come to our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
I think it's, did you say it's $250 or whatever you can afford?
That's right, $250 or whatever you can afford. Sean, how do you spell Eric Trump backwards?
P-M-U-R-T-C-I-R-E. Ooh, that took a long time.
I'll have to listen to this. You did it right. All right, again, that's Sean Lohman. I'm Clay Clark, inviting you to come join us at the in-person Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive workshop. This event is April 9th and 10th, 2026. Get those tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Once again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. Right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tim Tebow, baby. It's Tebow time.
Oh, yeah.
Tulsa, Jerusalem.
You could be anywhere doing a lot of different things, but you chose to be here.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
Hey guys, Luke Erickson here with the Thrivetime Show. As you can see behind me, we've got all kinds of energy going on. People are starting to show up for the conference, and it is hot in this place. We got grill guns over here. We've got people playing the drums. We've got a fire breather, and man, people are so excited as they come in. The conference is kicked off. This house is packed. We've got Aaron Hansis with Sean Holmes up there. We've got Steve Currington with Total Lending Concepts up there talking about what is possible when you just implement, when you do the proven system. It's so exciting. People are going crazy. Guys, Luke Erickson with the Thrivetime Show here with you. It is day 2 and the energy is high. People are so excited to be showing up. The team is ready. Come on, let's see what it's like to go on in for day 2. Follow me.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown probably 5 times. We've added, I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees. And now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrivetime, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. So I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team.
4,000% from February to February. Now I can better that. Okay, Clay, I don't think you know this. I don't think you know this. I'm pinching myself, and if I cry, forgive me. In the last 2.5 days, we have bettered our entire month of February in the last 2.5 days.
I heard about it on the podcast. Started listening to the podcast, became a fan, and then figured out about the workshop. I own an insurance and financial services agency, and I was hoping to learn from the workshop systems and processes. I'm big on systems and processes, and always learning better ways to run a business more efficiently. The atmosphere's second to none. It's a high energy, really cool atmosphere to be around. Contagious, I would say. Just something every entrepreneur, I think, would appreciate and love. I'd say humorous, high energy, and full of substance, which I think is the key. A lot of business coaches or seminars maybe are high on motivation and making you feel good, but don't have a lot of substance that you can take back and implement, the following Monday, where his does. Man, there's a lot of valuable things. I'm gonna say, this is my second workshop. The first workshop I took back really the importance of a group interview. I used to spend hours and hours interviewing people, screening resumes, and that saving my time on that part is valuable. It was that and then the sales scripting that have been 2 major things just so far. Man, I think they're missing out on, expert advice from somebody who's been there, done that, built companies, has learned a lot of lessons. That's what I'm always looking for, is somebody that I can learn from that's ahead of where I am. And I think if you choose not to come, you're missing out on a lot of good advice that could help your business.
Hi, this is Charles and Amber Koloff. We're the owners of Koloff Fitness. We heard about Clay Clark through Paul Hood, our CPA. We've worked with Clay Clark for the last 2 years. Clay Clark has helped us take our 3 locations in 3 different states and create checklists, workflows, task lists, time blocks for every employee. He's helped us with creating systems and audits for every department, quantitative scorecards for each department and every position so that everybody has a number. It's been able to give us a lot of time freedom and financial freedom and peace of mind to know that everything's running efficiently, and he's been helpful with a lot of marketing, search engine optimization, helping us really rank high in Google, and pretty much every area of the business. It's been very, very helpful.
We would describe the experience of working with Clay as very energetic. He's full of energy. He's very encouraging, very motivating, but also accountable. So he keeps us accountable, and we love that accountability. It keeps our drive in the right direction, so we're not chasing things that aren't worth spending our time on.
Yeah, he's a great coach. He helps push us on certain areas, helps coach us in certain areas. We're all emotional creatures, and we go up and down, and he actually will tell us kind of where we're at, how we can get from there, and even emotionally, when we're stressed about something, he'll have a story to relate to, and it really helps us in every area of our business. It's been very, very helpful.
I think Clay's ability to have a whole team behind him that help him with all of his clients, all his coaching clients, is that it allows Clay to do what he's really good at, and that's working one-on-one with the client and coaching them. And then he can have his amazing staff come in and help you accomplish all these goals that you're setting.
And of course, he has all these resources, whether it's videographers or whether it's web developers, that they can quickly jump on your project, knock things out. He can quickly give you the right coaching. He's just got a whole team of people that whatever area you're lacking in your own company, he's got resources from like video, web design, search engine guys who are just knowledgeable in that. Even though he knows a lot of that stuff, he's got these capable lieutenants that are ready to just take off and help you get that stuff. More stuff gets done on a weekly basis than you would on like probably most than the individual or some other we've worked with several companies before, and it's just not as many things get done on a weekly basis, so it's been very helpful. Well, the conferences for me, I'm a slow learner, so I have to learn like over and over again, hear things over and over again. I've been to like, I think 8 different conferences, and each time you come, I learn a few new components. Some things are repetitive, but a lot of the stuff just resettles and I get a little bit more depth into each component. I've been to 8 of them. They're all super entertaining. He's very funny, very encouraging. You get to kind of self-reflect a lot. A lot of the stuff is really polarizing. You do a personal inventory of yourself, and you'll think like, hey, I've really got to work on this, really got to work on that. So every time you come, I still get a lot of value out of it.
And as much as every conference is the same, it's totally different. So I think we'll hear stories we haven't heard before. He'll have entertainment, or he'll have speakers he didn't have before. And you, like you said, you just always catch a different part of the material that maybe you didn't catch before, or it's worded differently.
And it's really cool because some people that you've seen like a year ago at a conference, now they're being showcased as a success story, and you get to see their website, you get to see how their stats, all their metrics have improved and the revenue improved. So it's really cool to see people that just a year ago, that of course we've been here 2 years, that just came, that I met, is now being successful. It's really encouraging to see other people, accomplish that stuff. So Clay has helped us optimize our website and helped with really topping the right search engines that we need to make sure that we are very, very competitive with all of our other competitors. He's done, basically he outlines exactly what you need to be accomplishing, and he creates tasks that we have to accomplish and his team has to accomplish. And I would say over the last 2 years, we've totally ramped our website. We're topping Google in every one of our markets. We're just doing, I would say just doing really, really good. I feel very, very confident in all of our future locations and making sure that we're in front of the ideal and likely buyer. It's very encouraging. It's important to me to know when I'm working with Clay, I've been in business for a while and met with him even when I already had three businesses in 3 different states. And to know that what I share with him is staying private. He's not sending that out to anybody else. To know that when he's working with me, he's only working with no other gyms that are in direct competition with me. It's very encouraging to have somebody you can trust and rely on, that he isn't going to somehow tell your trade secrets or give information away. Just really awesome that he's a trustworthy guy, really cares about you as a client. For us, it's been a complete mind freedom because Clay has helped us create a lot of different documents and one-sheets for every department, put quantitative scorecards to each department. And so for us, it's been very encouraging and gives us peace. And when, as an entrepreneur, it's stressful. You go to bed at night, you're worried, did we cover this, did we cover that? So he helps extract everything out of your brain, everything from your business, put it into document creation, put it into checklists and workflows for every person in each department, and make sure that everything's getting done every week, every month, and funnel that all into KPIs or key performance indicators that you can see on a weekly basis to make sure you're moving the needle in the right area of your company. So it's very encouraging and give you a complete mind freedom and peace to know that stuff's created so you're easy to duplicate and scale your company.
Right, and then we can spend time doing what we're really good at and just trust the system.
I honestly believe everybody needs a coach. I think we're all inherently lazy and selfish and carnal. I truly believe that humans are humans. If we're standing, we'd rather sit. If we're sitting, we'd rather lay down. And if we're laying down, we'd rather be asleep. So to have somebody that challenges you, have real active candor, and be honest with you on every aspect of your company is really, really encouraging to me, because I want to know, I want to work on what we're weak at. I want to see any areas that we're not doing well in, and see his perspective from a third party, because you can look at your own business and just see the good. It's good to have somebody who does this, who's done this with hundreds of companies, really look at your company, reflect on your company, and see like little chinks in the armor to make sure you cover that up so your competition can't get to you, and that you're successful overall in the big picture. So yes, I would recommend Clay Clark because he is a great friend, a great encourager. To me, he's been a wonderful friend. He's also, you can tell he cares, and he has this wealth of knowledge. He's worked with so many different companies and different businesses. He could take a concept that he's used before in the past with somebody totally different industry and see how it would work perfectly for you in whatever niche market you're in or whatever type of service you're providing. And so his brain is just a wealth of knowledge, and just to have that type of perspective on, as a part of your team and your own company is huge, super valuable. So I would definitely encourage people to use him. But one thing is, you got to be coachable. You got to be wanting to get feedback. You got to be wanting to really grow your company. You got to want to put that extra 10 hours a week to working on your business and not just in your business. And so, yes, I would recommend it to anybody who's wanting to grow their company and provide great systems, checklists, workflows, great encouragement, and have accountability.
Hi, I'm Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes. I first heard about Clay through a mortgage lender here in town who had told me what a great job he had been doing for them, and I actually noticed he was driving a Lamborghini all of a sudden, so I was willing to listen. In my career, I've sold a little over $800 million in real estate. So honestly, I thought I kind of knew everything about marketing and homes. And then I met Clay, and my perception of what I knew and what I could do definitely changed. After doing $800 million in sales over a 15-year career, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I've been managing a large team of salespeople for the last 10 years here with Shaw Homes. And I mean, we've been a company that's been in business for 35 years. We've become one of the largest builders in the Tulsa area, and that was without Clay. So when I came to know Clay, I really thought, man, there's not much more I need to know, but I'm willing to listen. The interesting thing is our internet leads from our website has actually, in a 4-month period of time, has gone from somewhere around 10 to 15 leads in a month to 180 internet leads in a month. Just from the few things that he's shown us how to implement that I honestly probably never would have come up with on my own. So I got a lot of good things to say about the system that Clay put in place with us, and it's just been an incredible experience. I am very glad that we met and had the opportunity to work with Clay. So the interaction with the team and with Clay on a weekly basis is honestly very enlightening. One of the things that I love about Clay's perspective on things is that he doesn't come from my industry. He's not somebody who's in the home building industry. I've listened to all the experts in my field. Our company has paid for me to go to seminars, international builder shows, all kinds of places where I've had the opportunity to learn from the experts in my industry. But the thing that I found working with Clay is that he comes from such a broad spectrum of working with so many different types of businesses that he has a perspective that's difficult for me to gain because I get so entrenched in what I do, I'm not paying attention to what other leading industry experts are doing. And Clay really brings that perspective for me. It is very valuable time every week when I get that hour with him. From my perspective, the reason that any business owner who's thinking about hooking up with Thrive needs to definitely consider it is because the results that we've gotten in a very short period of time are honestly monumental. It has really exceeded my wildest expectation of what he might be able to do. I came in skeptical because I'm very pragmatic, and as I've gone through the process over just a few months, I've realized it's probably one of the best moves we've ever made. I think a lot of people probably feel like they don't need a business or marketing consultant because they maybe are a little bit prideful and like to think they know everything. I know that's how I felt coming in. I mean, we're a big company that's definitely one of the largest in town. And so we kind of felt like we knew what we were doing. And I think for a lot of people, they let their ego get in the way of listening to somebody that might have a better or different perspective than theirs. I would just really encourage you, if you're thinking about working with clay, I mean, the thing is, it's month to month. Go give it a try and see what happens. I think in the 35-year history of Shaw Homes, this is probably the best thing that's happened to us. And I know if you give them a shot, I think you'll feel the same way. I know for me, the thing I would have missed out on if I didn't work with clay is I would have missed out on literally an 1,800% increase in our internet leads, going from 10 a month to 180 a month. That would have been a huge financial decision to just decide not to give it a shot. I would absolutely recommend Clay Clark to anybody who's thinking about working with somebody in marketing. I would skip over anybody else you were thinking about, and I would go straight to Clay and his team. I guarantee you're not going to regret it, because we sure haven't.
My name is Danielle Sprick, and I am the founder of D. Sprick Realty Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and my 3 kids started school and they were in school full-time, I was at a crossroads and trying to decide what do I want to do? My degree and my background is in education, but after being a mom and staying home and all of that, I just didn't have a passion for it like I once did. My husband suggested real estate. He's a home builder, so real estate and home building go hand in hand, and we just rolled with it. I love people, I love working with people, I love building relationships, but one thing that was really difficult for me was the business side of things. The processes and the advertising and marketing. I knew that I did not have what I needed to make that what it should be. So I reached out to Clay at that time, and he and his team have been extremely instrumental in helping us build our brand, help market our business, our agents, the homes that we represent. Everything that we do is a direct line from Clay and his team and all that they've done for us. We launched our brokerage, our real estate brokerage, 8 months ago. And in that time, we've gone from myself and one other agent to just this week, we signed on our 16th agent. We have been blessed with the fact that we right now have just over 10 million in pending transactions. 3 years ago, I never would have even imagined that I would be in this role that I'm in today, building a business, having 16 agents. But I have to give credit where credit's due, and Clay and his team and the business coaching that they've offered us has been huge. It's been instrumental in what we're doing. Don't ever limit your vision. When you dream big, big things happen.
I started a business because I couldn't work for anyone else. I do things my way. I do what I think is in the best interest of the patient. I don't answer to insurance companies. I don't answer to large corporate organizations. I answer to my patient, and that's it. My thought when I opened my clinic was I can do this all myself. I don't need additional outside help in many ways. I went to medical school. I can figure this out. But it was a very, very steep learning curve. Within the first 6 months of opening my clinic, I had a $63,000 embezzlement. I lost multiple employees. Clay helped us weather the storm of some of the things that are just a lot of people experience, especially in the medical world. He was instrumental in helping with the specific written business plan. He's been instrumental in hiring good quality employees, using the processes that he outlines for getting in good talent, which is extremely difficult. He helped me in securing the business loans. He helped me with web development and search engine optimization. We've been able to really keep a steady stream of clients coming in because they found us on the web. With everything that I encountered, everything that I experienced, I quickly learned it is worth every penny to have someone in your team that can walk you through and even avoid some of the pitfalls that are almost invariable in starting your own business. I'm Dr. Chad Edwards, and I own Revolution Health and Wellness Clinic.
Clay, my honor to be on your show, and thank you for all you do. I hear the ripple effects from you are good ripple effects. You know what I mean? People rave about what they learned from you, so congratulations.
And we went from expecting maybe 250,000 this year to we're at 400,000. Hi, I'm Kelsey with K&D's Woodruff Finishing. I'm business owner at 23. So I've been working this K&D's company for about 5 years now, and we started working with Thrive not too long ago. And we went from expecting maybe 250,000 this year to we're at 400,000. That's what we're going to hit or exceed. So we're pretty excited about that. It's been pretty much just listening to what they have to say. Their hiring process has just really been incredible as far as finding good quality help, and the just the accountability of meeting up with them weekly, and like such good insight, the resources that they have for specific business questions. It's all been really incredible. It's been a great experience, so I would recommend it to anybody.
What I've seen from Clay and his group at Thrive is they'll give you a simple system, and it's the simple systems are the ones that people can wrap their brain around. They're the ones that people can work with on a day-to-day basis.
Hi there, my name is Stephanie Pipkin. I am 24 years old and I own Black River Falls Cleaning Services. We opened in April of 2019 and it is now mid-June of 2020. So I wanted to talk today about the success and growth I have achieved by implementing the Proven Path with Clay Clark's team and my business coach Luke from Thrivetime. It has been insane to say the least. I started working with them in mid-February of this year, so we're about 4 months in of working together, and it has completely transformed my business in pretty much every facet. So I'm gonna check my notes here. So in 4 months, my leads have tripled. I was getting probably like 2 leads a week. Now I'm getting more in the like 10 to 15 leads a week. I have doubled my number of employees. I'm now hitting the highest revenue weeks in the history of the company, week to week it seems like. We went from about 6 appointments today as our highest in February to now 14 to 15 appointments a day. And hiring quality employees has become much simpler and less stressful by using their systems for hiring. I typically only get maybe 2 complaints a month, if that, and everybody shows up to work. I just have really high quality employees now, especially in something people typically consider a high turnover type of work, you know, cleaning houses, cleaning businesses. I have amazing employees now, and I get rid of the ones who are not so amazing and bring on new ones because of, you know, group interviews and interviewing every single week. It's just been great, and such I don't waste as much time on low quality candidates anymore. And your coach will hold you accountable. I mean, which I love. Again, the tough love is really great. You know, Luke's like a stern father figure, but he's also nice, but also stern when he needs to be when I'm being lazy and not doing the things that I know I need to do because I don't want to do them. So that's just great. Worth every penny. I mean, I pay him $1 million a month if I can, and maybe someday I'll be able to, but I would just say go for it. If it seems like a good fit, just go for it. Do what they say, even if you think it's stupid or ridiculous, just do what they say because it'll work. You know, people, when they look at my business, you know, people in my town, they think I'm lucky. They think I'm just, you know, things just happen for me. And, you know, maybe I am lucky, but it has a lot to do with hard work and, you know, perseverance and, you know, working till you cry sometimes. That's just being an entrepreneur, which if you're a business owner, you understand that. But it's having these systems in place of, you know, of course I'm going to be successful. It's an absolute because I have all this stuff in the background happening, and I have Luke and Clay and everybody on their team working really hard to make sure that I'm a success. And I can tell that they are just so excited every single week when I'm having all these wins and things like that. They're so excited for me. So it's the best thing ever, and I would suggest to anybody to work with them. So sorry for the long-winded reply, but I just had so much to say, and I could go on for hours probably about how amazing they are. But thank you to Clay and Luke and the entire team there, everything you guys have done for me, and I am so excited to continue to work with you for years to come. Thanks so much for watching.
My saying is, if it's important to you, hire a coach. And I think that's one of the reasons people are not successful is they eat a cheeseburger instead of hiring a coach, you know what I mean? And so my coach pushes me. They're younger than me. They push harder. They're trained. And as my rich dad always said, amateurs don't have a coach, but professionals always have coaches. So I've always had coaches for whatever is important. My rich dad was one of those persons. I wanted to learn how to play Monopoly in real life. So he was my coach.